Well, I lied again. Uh, it's autocorrect time. Also again, because it was supposed to be the last one last week, except I had one viewer commenting that they wanted me to do Zelda enemies, and I would have maybe not done this if they said it once, but this person commented and suggested it on multiple occasions, and I didn't want to let them down because they really wanted it, so I had to do it. However, I was kind of considering not doing it anyway since I'm not really too knowledgeable about Zelda. I try and keep my content to games and stuff I'm more into and know more about. So instead of just doing specifically Zelda enemies, I also am doing mostly actually Zelda bosses and just main characters, so I at least kind of know who I'm talking about, and also so that if anyone watching this doesn't know too much about Zelda or isn't like a big Zelda fan, doesn't know all of like the specific enemies, they're at least gonna know most of what I'm gonna be talking about here. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, this should be the last autocorrect video, and if there is another one, I'm not going to do it next week. I'm going to hold it off for a bit because this needs to stop. For now, at least. But probably forever, since this should be the last one. And I guess for the final time, I'll have to explain that if you don't know this, I'd be surprised by this point since there's been like 20 of these videos. I'm doing this all in a game called Scribblenauts, and also there's a lot of birds. That might not make sense right now, but there's a lot of birds. A lot of the words that get autocorrected are weird bird names, and that has just been a thing for the whole series. People have also mentioned how there's a lot of fish and foreign cuisine too, but we don't really pay attention to that. We care about the birds. And by care about, I mean don't care about, because we hate them. Anyway, let's begin. I want to start with, of course, a main character. Like a main character. I would have done Link, except Link is a word and it didn't autocorrect anything. So instead, Zelda became Zebra. And then from here, I kind of just scrolled through the Zelda wiki and picked out characters that I'm familiar with, because as someone who's not a big Zelda fan, I assume I can speak for anyone else when I just pick out the ones I'm aware of, because if I'm aware of them, that means they must be pretty popular, otherwise I wouldn't know about them. So hopefully I came up with a good list of mostly iconic characters. Anyway, we've got Beetle, who became whatever a Beetle is. Dark Link became Dorking, which is already our first bird of the video, and don't worry, there's like 7 of them, unfortunately. Daruk is Dahu. Deku Link is Deadlock. Epona... Oh yeah, this is the thumbnail right here. Epona is Ebola. Eslo is EBL. And if I'm not mistaken, that might not even be an actual thing. That might just be a thing in Scribblenauts. If it is, oops, because I was trying to stick to, like, actual things. But I'm pretty sure it's Explosive Barrel Launcher. So maybe that's a real thing, but I'm pretty sure that's what it stands for in the game. I guess. Fee, if I'm even pronouncing that right, is F. Like, literally the letter F. Ganon is Gammon. Ganondorf is Gander, which is bird number 2. Girahim, again, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these names wrong. I don't know about these characters, except for the ones that are in Smash, and maybe a few that are in, like, Breath of the Wild. Anyway, he is Geranium. Great Deku Tree is Great Kizkadi. And you might be thinking, huh, that rhymes. Well, stop thinking that, because that's not what I'm getting at. What you should actually be thinking about is how that's actually a bird for some reason. Yeah. Hetsu is Habu. See, I know that guy. He's in that Switch game that is the only thing in the entire series I'm familiar with. Hinox is Hind. Impa is Imp. Cass is Cassa. King Bulblin is Kickball. And he's in Smash as a thing, so I know him too. That's useless information, but King Dorphin is King Cobra. Raru is Rabu. Sidon is Salon. Majora's Mask is Mako Shark. Not sure if that even counts as an actual character, but here it is anyway, I guess. Master Koga is Malkoha, which is bird number 4 already. Medley is Meal. Midna is Micah. Minoru is Miner. Navi is Navy. Paya is Pata. Mifa is Mecha. Pura is Perch. Close to a bird name, because a bird perches on things, except I guess that's also a fish, so there's another for the list of fish in the video. Not that we care about that. Sanya is Sangha. Rivali is Rival. Saria is Sari. Sheik is Chic, but with an H. Skull Kid is just Skull. Teba is T. Tingle is Tile. Toon Link is T-Orbino. Toon Zelda is Tool Belt. Tolan is Tulip. Urbursa. Let me say that again. That's one I shouldn't be pronouncing wrong. I actually know who that is. Urbosa is Ursa. Vati is Valai. Young Link is Youngster. Unobo is Unobi. And in this part, I just kind of started looking through bosses from the series and picked out the ones that I've either seen before or am assuming people know about. So we've got Dodongo, who became Drongo, which is a bird. I guess that's like 5 birds now. Gleok is Geek. Goma is Gamma, but with 1 M instead of 2. Koume, if that's how you pronounce that, is Koudi. And Kotake, or Kotaki, is Kotare, which is also a bird. Stalord is Sailor. Demise is Deist. Keese is Kitty. And these are just random enemies now. Mostly ones that appear in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, because, yeah. Lionel is Label. Octorok is Octagon. Like is Lifeline. Wizrobe is Wardrobe. Lizalfos is Labanos. Coco, that's not an enemy, but here it is Cacao. Gibdo is Gibbon. Stalfos is Stalls. Bokoblin is Bobbin. Dinral is Doll. Not sure if the dragons count as enemies, but they're characters, so they're in this. Farash is Frost. Nadra is Nagara. Moblin is Marlin. There's another fish. I'm not supposed to be pointing those out, but yeah. Pebblet is Pebble. Armos is Armor. This is gonna sound weird. I'm assuming it's Darnut is how you pronounce this thing's name, because otherwise it would be pronounced Dark Nut, and that just doesn't sound right. So I'm gonna say Darnut is Darnell. Helmasaur is Halosaur, or Halosaur, whatever that is. I'm pretty sure in the game it wasn't even a dinosaur, it was like an eel or something, so yeah. Aghanim, whoever that is, or no, I know who that is because I love Zelda, is Agaric. Ruto is Rat. King of Red Lions is King of Clubs. And lastly, I saved a bird for last so that I can officially end this series on a bird. Not sure why I would want to do that to myself or anyone, but here we are. Koloktos is Kokako, which is a bird for some reason. Yeah, that was Zelda characters. Had some protagonists, some main characters, some enemies, some bosses, you know, all that good stuff. I kind of twisted the suggestion I got. It was for just Zelda enemies, but like I explained in the beginning why I wanted to do something different. I did, in the end, do Zelda stuff, though, so yeah. And I do appreciate suggestions, so thanks to that person for suggesting. Not really sure what else to say other than this was, hopefully, the last autocorrect video. These videos have done pretty well. The last one I uploaded was actually my first video in a while to get over 1,000 views, so thanks. And other than that, if you like this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. And one more thing, since this series is done, aside from the AI Pokemon series, which is going to keep going for weeks, I can actually get to all of the videos I've had planned for a very long time now. because they were all pushed aside by the autocorrect series, which I was not expecting to do as well as it did. Anyway, thanks for watching.